Nasty Savage, Nasty Ronnie. What's up? Welcome to RockEyez, man.
Man, it's great to be here, man. I'm excited about it. I'm excited about 20 years ago, we did an album, and 20 years now, we have the Jeopardy room.
Wow, wow, yeah, yeah, yeah. You have some career, and congratulations on that, and congratulations on the Jeopardy room.
And thanks. You know what? We just came back from Keep It True Festival in Germany, and we celebrated 40 years of Nasty Savage.
Wow,
And the album got released in Germany, and now it's going to be released on the 10th, which is the day this storm hits us. So
wow,
it's like I was born in a crossfire hurricane, like the Rolling Stones song.
wow, wow. Yeah, I'm very familiar with the band because I was a photographer for a magazine called Metal Forces, and we covered you a lot back then. That was a UK magazine, and I can't believe like you're still going and doing great. You
But
know,
I'm telling you, Metal Forces, I mean, that was the underground Bible, you know. They actually were the first media source to review the Wage of Mayhem demo on a national level. And, they were always a big supporter of Nasty Savage. And, oh, hell yeah, I can't forget Metal Forces. What is it, Malcolm?
uh,
Somebody used to run that.
Bernard Doe.
Oh, Bernard Dow. Okay, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
man. It's just a testament of passion to do what we're doing and to keep going. And it's been 20 years since Psycho Psycho, so we had a lull there, but we still played a lot of shows and had an opportunity, so we took full advantage of it.
Wow. Can you believe like you guys are still around and like playing overseas and still living the dream?
It is, and to me now, it's with a whole new band who weren't on Jeopardy Room, so it's exciting because these guys are feeling the impact that Nasty Savage uh, did and gave to other people, especially we're at Keep It True. We had an autograph session that was supposed to be 30 minutes. We were there for 90 minutes, and still half the people didn't even get to come through and get their stuff signed. So it's very impactful, man. It's exciting. It's new energy that we're working with, and I had to motivate these guys and get them to make a new album and write their songs and but keep it true, and but I told him, I said, don't worry about the past, man. The past is the past. It's 2024. It's a new chapter, and it's in your hands.
Right.
So it was really cool that we still pulled it off. Everybody goes, oh, it sounds just like Nasty Savage.
Uh-huh. Cool, cool, cool. How much different is the music scene from back in '83 to now?
Well, of course, you have social media, and everybody knows everything on a day it got released or the news. Back in the day, we were licking stamps, and sending out demo tapes and envelopes and writing on them, and
Yeah.
sending them out to sources and pen pals. And we sold over 3,000 demo tapes, man. It was all by marketing and promotion, guerrilla marketing. Um, we used to put posters on poles, to get people to come to the shows. It was passing out flyers. We were making flyers, cut and paste. And then as far as getting out and playing, when you first start, you have to earn it. Why would a club want to book you if you can't bring them business? Why would
Right.
anybody want to sign you if you didn't create enough hype and business to get them to want to sign you? So it was nothing but, in my case, working hard with a dream, with a goal and a vision to work with underground radio stations. I was
Right.
sending demo tapes out to every college had a metal show back then.
Right. Right.
And, I would cut promos with a rock box on the back of the demo tape. I'd put, okay, this is Nasty Ronnie from Nasty Savage here on KPFT, Houston, Texas. And here's a song off our demo tape, Wage of Mayhem. This is Unchained Angel. So now I'm a DJ at some little station, and he gets a demo, which is cool. And then he hears the promo on the end. He's going to play it. So it was the common sense stuff you still have to have, but you got to have work ethic. Now it might be a little easier for everybody, but still, if you can't deliver, you're going to stay at home and you're going to stay in your own little town, and that's about it.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, back in the day, I thought that was a great time with the cassettes and like making Xerox copies and stuff like that. Now it's just you push a button and I mean, you might reach more people, but it's definitely harder for the reviewer, with getting so many emails of different bands. It's hard to pick and choose, you know, what to listen to. I mean, I get between 200 and 300 a day. How do I pick? You know?
Yeah, and that's why coming back, not everybody has those roots, not everybody has the history, and we're classified as old school metal from Brandon, Florida, a place where it all began and later became the heavy metal capital of the world. So a lot of these people, even the younger kids that have done their homework or obituary fans or deicide fans or morbid angel fans, somehow they've found out, or death fans, they know what those guys have said about Nasty Savage and the inspiration and the influence that we gave them. So I think it opened up doors for the new kids to understand because they want to learn. They want to go back in time. And I think that's great when I meet a young kid with an old school soul, that believes in that and helps support it and promotes it. So it's all about how much you want to dive into it and work the system, or how you've inspired others. Now, if you're a new band that just pops out, that's not going to be easy to get bookings, to get festivals, to get signed.
Right.
You got to prove yourself though, no matter when. And that's what it's all about, is working hard and having a goal to in mind. But yeah, things have changed. You got to roll with the changes.
Right. Yeah. Well, once John Freeman contacted me, and once I saw your name, I said, "This guy's legendary." Like back in the Metal Forces days for me. I says, "At least you got the name and the music to back everything." And once I saw your name, I said, "Yeah, I'll take the interview. Yeah, no problem." So like you definitely are a legend.
Oh man, thank you. And that's one thing John said. He said, "Dude," he goes, "everybody wants to talk to you, man. They want to know what's going on because most journalists who've been around the block, they kind of know, what happened and where everybody's from. And we created the metal scene in Tampa, Florida, that became, the second wave of death, deicide, morbid angel, obituary, all that stuff. So it's the history that you bring. I remember Metal Forces, they were the one who started the story about Billy Milano talking about me, that he said he could kick my ass in 10 seconds if he ever met me.
Right.
And Metal Forces came right back to me and said, "Hey, did you see what Billy Milano said?" And I said, "Oh, okay. Well, if I ever see him, I'll have my stopwatch."
Cool, cool, cool. Now let's get to the new album, the Jeopardy Room. We're going to go down track by track and tell me a little bit about each song, okay?
Let's go.
Invocations.
Invocations is simply the intro of the album. It's like Invocations, but it's something that Fred Dregeshin wrote, our original bass player, because I wanted him to be a part of this album because he was such a mastermind in the early days. His complex writing and progressive writing, and he was a brainchild at the beginning. And I wanted him to be a part of that because I had a plan to bring different aspects of the past into this album so people would recognize it easier. And anyway, he sent us a whole song. I had him writing the Jeopardy Room song, but he got it to us too late. He lives in Turkey. So the guys were going, "Oh, we don't really need that. Blah, blah." I said, "No, no, we do need it. It's Fred Dregeshin. It's part of my plan." I said, "So let's just pick out a part in the song." And that's kind of what that is. And, it's just a subtle intro to what's about to hit you in the face.
Right, yeah, definitely, definitely. How about Jeopardy Room, track two?
Jeopardy Room is a place that we're at right now. It's a room with a bunch of doors in it, man. You open up the door and there's a Jeopardy Room song, or you go down the hall and there's Southern Fried Homicide, or it's a room of emotions that were trapped in life. It's like, hell, I'm driving down the road I can't get over. No one's. I'm getting cut off in traffic. I'm getting stopped at stoplights. I'm trying to get to work on time to punch the clock for 40 more hours. So I could pay some bills, so I can get my kids some shoes, or pay taxes, or then I got to go into the grocery store. I got to do life, man. I got to keep a love relationship, a relationship with business. I got to stay afloat. So Jeopardy room is like we're in jeopardy if that's what you think it is. It could be a way to get out of it. But we did indulgence, abstract reality, penetration point, and now it's Jeopardy room. So it's like take your chances, man. Get in the room, but can you get out of it? And it's a brutal song about hate is the chain that enters the brain. Run if you can. Flip side of man. Stop on a dime. Sin 69. Everyone sees what you appear to be. If you really know what you are, Satan in high heels, devil doll, delirium. That's just some of the twisted poetic words that I put down on this brutal song that Pete wrote. So yeah, Jeopardy room.
How about Brainwasher?
Brainwasher is a song that Dave Orman wrote. And how I do it, I would say, okay, man, I got these titles. I said, I'm going to give you a title, and I want you to write something that matches the title. And I narrowed down all these words and titles. And when I finally got the ones I really wanted to use, I'd give to the guys, because that's how I could inspire and influence them to write what I was looking for or what I'm thinking. And these guys are shredders. And Dave Orman's a really good guitarist, like a classic guitarist as well. So anyway, I said, I got this title named Brainwasher. And then he just came back with a song that met that title. And then once I get the songs, he lives in Alabama, so he'd send him a messenger. And I'd say, look, man, tell me exactly where I would come in and where I stop. Start, stop, chorus, start, stop. Then I knew exactly my blueprint for the canvas that I was about to paint. A blank canvas in front of me. I have all my notes and all my researching ideas to that title, and then I break it out with a paintbrush and just bring in these words and phrases and rhymes and the meaning of what I'm thinking this song should do. And so that's Brainwasher. It's a brutal song. But it's complicated. It's got these cool rhythms, but then it's got these really cool leads. And it's just a really, really standout track.
Great, great. How about Southern Fried Homicide?
I can't believe they had to die. Southern Fried Homicide. It's like, what does that mean? Some people in Europe are going, is that rednecks in the woods with the rebel flags? I said, dude, it could be whatever you think it is, but it's just some cool rhyming words. I love that title, so I had to come up with a storyboard to go with the title. And David, another Dave Orman song that just, man, it just has that cool rhythm. It just busts out. And I love right before the vocals come in, it's got a chant thing going on with it, but right before the vocals come in, that sound of the drum, it goes, pop, pop, poo. It's just like, damn, it's just a great drum sound that brings in, and then that rhythm just takes you through the whole song. And the rhythm will set you free, man. And that's what happened to me. As soon as I heard that, I knew I had words to go with that. And Southern Fried Homicide is just a catchy tune that sticks in your mind.
It's a real great title too. Yeah.
Yeah. It's it's just there's just some really cool words in it that I really, really like a lot. And it's just one of those songs that you really feel accomplished when you do it, and you feel like, man, we really created something here. And it was a title that actually David Austin and Scotty Carino, when they were in the band, they didn't like the title. They said, "Oh, that's a generic title." I said, "You know what? I think it's a great title. I'm gonna be using it." And it turned out to be, David Orman was just masterful writing the song.
Cool. How about Witch's Sabbath?
Well, Witch's Sabbath is an old classic from Nasty Savage. It was originally on our demo tape, Wage of Mayhem, back in '82. And one of the aspects that I wanted to do, besides go back to Morrisound to record this album, where it all began, I got Fred on it, brought back the past there. And then one day at my mom's house, back in the early '80s, My mom said there's two boys at the door. They want to talk to you. And I'm like, okay, I open the door and these two guys are there, kids on bicycles. They go, are you Nasty Ronnie? I go, yeah. And they go, well, we're John and Donald Tardy and we want to know how to start a band. So
Oh,
these two kids, young boys, came to my house. They searched it out to ask the question. I said, man, you guys are brilliant, man. You came right to the source, man. You went right directly to the source of the guy who's marketing metal, blazing a trail, following no one. I said, get in my car, my Chevelle, 1970 Chevelle. Let's go to Lithia Springs and let's throw the Frisbee for about 5 hours. And then you guys will be set on your way. And, then 15, 20 years later, they come to me and say, well, we put you in this video, 10,000 Ways to Die, and they featured Unchained Angel and Nasty Savage. That now has over 7 million views.
wow.
So I was like, damn. Then they wrote a book and made a paragraph, a chapter about their inspiration from Nasty Savage. So I was like, damn, we're doing this album. And when I was negotiating with the record company, I told him, I said, dude, we're going to redo Witch's Sabbath, and I'm going to get the Tardy brothers from Obituary to be a part of this song. And I didn't even ask them boys that yet, but I knew I could pull it off. So yeah, it's a classic song, but we made it an epic song. We did every song on the demo was on other albums, so it was time to do Witch's Sabbath. So we brought in Obituary. Donald Tardy said, "I'll play the drums," and John agreed to do the vocals with me. And then they delivered the files to us between their tours, so they work within our timeline. It's
Right.
incredible, those guys, how smart they are, how business savvy, how professional they are. It was so awesome. We added this. I said, I want to get this funeral sound and organ in it. I want to take it to another level. And I think we really took a classic and made it an epic song. And really excited about it. Matter of fact, it's going to be the next single lyric video that's going to be released, I think, tomorrow or the next day.
How about Schizoid Platform?
Schizoid Platform is another really cool title that I came up with. And I just like I really dig that, and so that was written by Pete Sykes. Pete wrote 4 songs, Dave wrote 4 songs. We already had Witch's Sabbath, and we already had the instrumental Six Fingers. So I said, Pete, I've got this song, man. Title. It's called Schizoid Platform. I want it to be levels of schizoid, sort of like psycho and psychopath in the past. Another one in those realms of psycho stuff, and this is schizoid, like schizophrenia shit. I want it to be really crazy sounding. And of course, he comes up with this song, and he's a shredder, but also into death metal and metal and Nasty Savage. So he goes, yeah, there's a slow talking point at the beginning, and you'll be able to talk. We're like, all right, man, tell me exactly where I'm coming in, stop, go. And then I had my canvas for that, but red cloak clowns looking down, humanoid, avoid the void, corrosive minds, divide the night. Helavato, Mondo Bizarro. For so long I wanted to use those words, Helavato, Mondo Bizarro, and I got to use it. And that's what this is about, is Mondo Bizarro. This whole album is like Mondo Bizarro. And but this particular song is Schizoid Platform, man. It'll take you on a trip. And that was their second single that they released. So it's already out there on Spotify and YouTube and all that, if you haven't heard it.
Cool. How about
It's a lyric video. It's a lyric video. And one of the coolest lines in the song is, in the land of the blind, one eye is king, all is one divine. The rhythm will set you free. Schizoid humanoid, brain schizoid humanoid, graveside crucified, Plato's stepchild in the eyes of the sculpture, she freak double feature, sparrows bark the sun into being, leaf-laden trees screen out the moon. It's just crazy stuff, man. It's Schizoid Platform.
definitely Aztec Elegance?
Yeah, in the first album, I wrote a song called Asmodeus with David Austin, and it's really a story about Asmodeus and all that stuff. This is a more storytelling not factual, but kind of. So I always wanted to write a song about the Aztecs and the Mayans and the culture and how
Right.
they had an empire, but it all disappeared and they worshiped the sun gods. And, so I told David Orman, I said, dude, I've got this song. I was inspired by the movie Apocalypto as well, Mel Gibson movie. It's really a killer movie. And I've watched it several times. So I told David Orman, I said, dude, I've got this title called Aztec Elegance, and told him what it was about. He did a little research and watched the movie a couple of times. And then I said, man, I want this eerie intro, to bring it in and all that. So then he sends me what he sent me. And I was like, dude, you nailed this, bro. I said, tell me where I'm singing and stopping and the chorus. And that canvas was ready, man, because I had great research ready to roll. And, people of the banner of the sun, these are the days of our lament, the whole 9 yards. And it's just this hypnotic sounding apocalypto. It's just, it's a brutal song, but it's so elegantly made and it's come in the Aztec elegance. And it's each song on this album, man, has its own identity. And I'm really proud of that too. But Aztec Elegance is a standout track. And if you're listening to the album, Schizoid Platform is the last song on side A. You turn it over where most people would give you some regular music. We have Aztec Elegance just hits you in the face inside your mind, and you can feel that vibe within your whole body. Like I said, each song here is giving you something special.
Right. How about Operation Annihilate?
Operation Annihilate is a Pete Sykes song, and again, I gave him that title, and he delivered with an annihilating song. And I said, I got this title called Operation Annihilate, so he knew what he needed to do. And inside your heart, there are blind doors. They open up to inner walls. In time of need, nothing but greed. Hitchhike to hell, bullets in the gun barrel. It's just straight up in your face.
Right.
Operation Annihilate. Hopefully people can dig it, man. But another, you know, it's really cool when you can work with people and give them an idea, and then they come off your idea and give you more than you even imagined.
How about Blood Syndicate?
Blood Syndicate is I really wanted to write Blood Syndicate in a manner of a lot of different aspects, because it's like when you watch Pulp Fiction, the movie,
Right.
there's three different movies in one. And sometimes my songwriting is like that as well. It's like a Pulp Fiction. Um, anyway, Blood Syndicate is really about five into one, whatever it takes. It's five guys coming together at a time to do a project, and we have each other's backs, and it's the Blood Syndicate. And there's a line in it where it says, "Our fathers to the grave have gone. Our fathers to the grave have gone. The strife has passed, triumphs won." A lot of us have lost our fathers, but we can't forget where we come from and the inspiration that our fathers gave us. But at the same time, there's a girl at the beginning with the cool sounding vibrator that starts the song, and it's all part of life and death and togetherness and having a plan, but kicking someone's ass and having someone to back you up if you have to do that, and they're going to have your back right there. So it's like it's a syndicate of blood. It's like blood brothers together. And people can relate to that all different ways. Sex, blood, violence, togetherness, it's part of life. And
Right.
that's what Blood Syndicate is all about. And again, David Orman wrote that with some badass fucking rhythms that just bust out and take you where you want to go. And it keeps you in the zone and keeps you right there at the song, and it's just a brilliant track.
How about The Sixth Finger?
The Six Finger was I always like to have an instrumental on the song because it's one less I really have to write and sing, but also we play it live, so I get to take a break right before we do maybe where I smash a TV set on You Snooze, You Lose. I get to take a break and get my mind right for what I'm about to do. So same thing at the record. It's a chance for the guys to highlight their talents and do something, although it's not really super complicated. It's to the point because at one time they said we could even put lyrics to this. I said, no, man, let's make this an instrumental. And so that's what it is. It's a fabulous song where Kyle gets to showcase his bass and, good rhythm changes. The drums are badass. And, it's just an instrumental that's not just a waste of space. It's not a waste of space.
Sainted Devil, last track.
Yeah, Sainted Devil, man. I'm telling you, each one of these songs has its own identity. A lot of bands, and it's no problem, no issue with that. But you push track one, track six, track eight, and they all kind of sound the same because that's that band's style. Where we have a more robust changeover identity thing going on, I guess. We always have had that. But this album more so is like that. So Sainted Devil, I was in an antique store one day and I'm walking through and I see these movie posters, these big movie posters, and it's a Rudy Valentino movie, a black and white from the 30s, and it's titled Sainted Devil. And I go, oh shit, man, I love that tune. I love that title. So I'm like, what is a sainted devil? I mean, when you look in the mirror, you might see the sainted devil, or it's just people that you deal with every day, or it's inner self. It's poetic stuff that I come up with, like psychology or um, philosophers. It's a meaningful thing. So I researched the movie and this and that, but it was much more than that. So it's a sainted devil. He's hated and jaded. He is living in peril. He's not your angel. It's a sainted devil. And at the devil's booth, all things are sold. I mean, but there's even a line that says, um, sculptures on the wall depicting humility by teachers of those who know. Then it says, we even bargain for our graves. So yeah, you're sitting at the funeral home and you're going, hey man, what if I get two? Can I get two for the price of one? Or can you give me a discount on this? We even bargain for our graves, man. And it's a sainted devil, man. He's living in peril, It's coming in clearer when you look in the mirror. That it's all about that. It's taking you on a trip. This whole album from the first song to the last song, and I appreciate those questions like that because it's good to try to relate what songs may be about and what people get out of them themselves.
Tell me a little bit about the album cover.
Great question. It's another aspect that I had to do when I'm standing on an island myself holding this flag of Nasty Savage, and I'm the only surviving member. So are people going to say, oh, it's not Nasty Savage without this guy or that guy? It's just this, it's just that. So I had to come up with a plan. And the one plan was going back to Morris Sound Recording where it all began. I knew we were going to get a good production working with Jim Morris. He's a master. He's not only an engineer, he's another producer. He is the sixth finger. So then I got Fred back in the band to get involved. That's another aspect of the early days. The connection with Obituary from the past with the demo song, bringing it back with and adding the spice of a new icons of metal, hardest working guys in show business, Obituary. Plus, it opens us up to their fan base, and that's a really good thing. So then I said, man, what am I doing for the album cover? I said, dude, I'm not going to do AI stuff with everybody's doing this skulls and flames and, fake art, just easy to push it through the mill. So I said, dude, I've got to contact Vandekar. But Vandekar's been dead for 35 years. So I Googled it and I got the messenger thing and I get a comment back. He goes, yeah, man, I know who you are. Here's my phone number. Call me. I'm Van's grandson and I live at the estate. I live at the house. So I'm like, holy shit. So he goes, yeah, you could come out. I said, dude, I'm looking for this. I need a canvas. He goes, I got a few, but not many. So we get there. Me and Dave Orman went right out there the next day, and there's all those sculptures in the room. In the yard, with overgrown with weeds and grass, and there's a bunch of them. I started taking pictures for the inner sleeve and everything because I knew my concept was going to be that.
Right.
Got in the house, the house with the gargoyle on the roof, and that's the back cover. We used it on Abstract Reality. I used it again for this to bring us back. So anyway, I was able to get the Vandekar artwork again. When I saw it, I knew that's what I needed. And it also rounded out my plan. And now when people were seeing it, when I, before it, way before it got released, people saw it and go, "Oh yeah, Nasty Savage, that's the Vendor artwork." So it brought everybody right back to where I wanted them to be in that zone, ready for the next album and ready for Jeopardy Room. So I think it was a brilliant idea on my part, of course.
Yeah. So, what are your hopes for this album?
And it's just joyous. It's a joyous occasion that we accomplished this because a year ago, October, Frank was sitting here in my kitchen eating breakfast. We were about to go out and ride our Harleys. Frank is from Germany, but he has a house in Florida. So he was a fan, and he was a fan of Nasty Savage. So I didn't have to shop a demo and all that stuff. We made it easy. When David Austin left after we toured Mexico, he thought it was the end of Nasty Savage, but I said, "No, man, I've got one more chapter, and we're going to do a record." And the guys were told Ron will never do a record, but here we are with a year later. Here it's October now, and we have Jeopardy Room. So we're just trying to take it step by step and see what happens. We just came back from Keep It True in Germany, where it was released there and people are eating it up and working on distribution in America. We got distribution everywhere else, and it's just an exciting time. Might be time to get a real booking agent, management, more touring and stuff. But when you're 62, you're trying to keep it true. It's never the easiest thing in the world to do, but the rhythm will set you free, man.
Cool, cool, cool. Well, Ronnie, it was great talking to you. Great insight on the new album, The Jeopardy Room. Would you like to say anything to the fans in conclusion?
No, I just want to say, thank you guys for all the years, 40 years, man. There's a lot of relationships we built because it's always about the fans. It was always about being real and making people's day. I remember when I used to try to meet the bands before I was ever in a band, Kiss, Maiden, Priest, Ozzy, bands like that. We'd go to the hotel and wait till the van came and they got to go in their hotels after the shows. And when they took the time to just a moment or two to sign our stuff and talk to us, it made our day. And I always said those dudes are cool as hell. And I always wanted to be like that and make other people's day. And if they're a fan, they deserve extra moments with you. And take the time. And the whole thing is enjoy life, man. Because like it says in Southern Fried Homicide, joy and sorrow today and tomorrow. What greater crime than the loss of time? So I just want to tell people make the most of your life and enjoy it. And when we see you, hopefully we'll get to talk for a minute or two and enjoy it. And it's really cool because a lot of people from the past are these guys now that are in their 50s or 60s and they're bringing their kids now to Nasty Savage shows. And it's people who received the demo tape back in the 80s, with signed stuff I used to give them and free stuff I'd throw in. And it's those people who really were impacted that still are, and they're carrying the flame for us, and they're celebrating along with us. And they appreciate that we recorded something again because they're really real fans. And but you got to do it for yourself, And to me, it was a big challenge with four other guys to create and produce and bring it all back again. 40 years of Nasty Savage is, it's really something special, and I'm seizing the moment. I appreciate the moments, and you know, here we're talking today. You're in New Jersey, I'm in Florida, but the music brought us together because you had a connection and everything you do to help bands, not only Nasty Savage, but your media, your platforms, man. We didn't have that back then, and it's so important now. And I can't thank you enough for what you do. And
Right.
it's really, really important to us.
Cool, cool. Well, stay safe, man. You know it's coming. So,
Yeah, man.
enjoy life. Thanks a lot.
Yeah. Thank you, brother. I really appreciate it. All the best. If you ever need anything, you know where to find me.
Thank you. Bye bye.
All right, bye.